Well, good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your February the 15th Spiritual Principle Day in a Meditation. I am pre-recording this for you so that you are able to enjoy it on the 15th. I have a surgery, so you guys can be praying for me. And I will be out of commission for a few days, at least 3 or 4 days for sure. So let me pre-record these for you, okay? The meditation is entitled Compassion Rather Than Judgment. When we see someone acting out on a defect that we have acted on ourselves, we feel compassionate rather than judgmental, for we know just exactly how much pain such behavior causes. And that is taken from It Works, Step 6. We rarely forget the pain of using drugs and the havoc it caused. However, our memories can be a lot shorter about the pain and havoc we've caused ourselves and others by acting out in other ways. Being overly controlling in meetings and overly sensitive at work. Perfectionism, keeping secrets, getting in fights, the trifecta of lying, cheating, stealing. Defensiveness, witnessing such conduct in our fellow recovering addicts and the pain it causes often makes us bonkers. But who are we really judging? You spot it, you got it. A fellow wryly points out. Oh, right, it's us. Remembering this simple statement about how judging another is frequently rooted in discomfort with our own behavior, hopefully will curb our negativity and instead awaken our compassion. Being able to find compassion for others who are acting out on their defects, especially when we have those same flaws, demonstrates considerable growth. This is the intersection between humility and compassion. We know firsthand that such behavior is the result of pain, not just the cause of it. As we develop spiritually, we begin with forgiveness for ourselves as well as for others, which gives way to empathy. We can then be more loving and accepting. We can be helpful. Whether it's observing an addict on the street doing what addicts do to get another, a member relapsing over and over, or an experienced member stomping out of a business meeting, we can draw on our own experience and find compassion. Our journey of self-discovery deepens when we realize the reciprocity between having compassion for ourselves and receiving the compassion of others and then giving it away. Let me repeat that for you. It says, our journey of self-discovery deepens when we realize the reciprocity between having compassion for ourselves and receiving the compassion of others and then giving it away. Next time I'm disturbed by another member's actions, I'll look inward. I will choose to show compassion for the still suffering addict because I was there once too and will be again. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. That is an amazing meditation, compassion rather than judgment. And we're talking about step 6, right? So in step 6, we're talking about being able to become entirely ready to have these character defects removed from us. And sometimes the entirely ready manifests itself through us watching other individuals act out on the same character defect. Like if I don't say anything else, I've said enough right there. Sometimes the entirely ready comes through our watching other individuals act out on the same character defect. And then we look at that and we become indignant, we can be judgmental, we can have any number of responses. But oftentimes, compassion is not the first one that we have. It's not. Oftentimes, it's judgment. However, when we get to step 6, this entirely ready, this concept of wanting to be done with a character defect, it's almost like when they say, if you spot it, you got it. Now, all of a sudden, because you're very conscientious of the fact that you have this character defect and you have these shortcomings that come with it, now you begin to take note of it. So if you're super irritable and you're in your step 6, there's probably a reason for it, because you're dealing with a bunch of other people that have the same character defect and it's manifesting in similar ways or maybe different ways, but you are taking note of it and it's rubbing you the wrong way. This is how you can expedite the process of step 6, is by allowing yourself to see it, note it, talk to your inward self about how you feel about it. Notice whether or not you're judgmental about it, which I'm sure you probably are. And then make a conscious decision to be compassionate about it. Because you can see now how easy it is to allow our character defects to run riot without checking them. You're no different. It's absolutely the same way with you. And they are not going to be rid of them unless they're entirely ready. You understand when we say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I always say about that, the teacher probably was always present. It's not like, oh, I became ready to do my steps. Now all of a sudden I found my sponsor, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. No, because the student is ready, the instruction, the discipline, the guidance is more readily received because the individual, the student, is now ready. That person probably has been sponsoring other people all along. I mean, they've just encountered you and you've seen them because you're ready. Because that readiness changes the way that we look at things. That readiness changes our perspective. And once the perspective is changed, now we have an open mind. We're able to open ourselves to other options. And because of that, we attract that. Now, I use this word commonly called reciprocity. It means that what I put out there, I receive. Some people call it karma. Other people call it reaping and sowing. But this is a principle, a spiritual principle of reciprocity. So now, the way you expedite getting through this entirely ready process is when you see it, I'm not asking you to wink at it or condone it, but when you see it, instead of judging it, show some compassion. So when someone shows you who they are with this character defect, you'd be like, you know what? I kind of went through something similar like that. I know that I know I can relate to that. Man, but here's the thing. I used to beat myself up over that, and I would make all these negative comments about myself, and my self-esteem was really low because every time I would pick that one behavior up, I would really have a hard time facing people, less known facing God or even myself. And I just want you to know that I love you. And if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here for you. Real simple words of compassion rather than judgment. Maybe you don't need to say anything at all. Maybe they just need a hug, right? Or maybe when they're sharing or whatever's going on and you're identifying with it, just a simple nod or your undivided attention when they're speaking is going to show that compassion. You see? So now that I'm putting it out there, my response in a different way, guess what you will receive? The exact same thing. But what you want the most compassion from and guidance from will be your higher power. And so in a sense, because you become ready, your higher power will appear. And once you humbly ask for it to be removed from you, the shortcomings, those character defects cause you to act a certain way in step 7. Those shortcomings will be removed. And it's only because you're ready. It's only, believe me, it's only because you're ready and you're taking note. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed your company today, and I will hope that today, which at the point when you hear this will be February 15th, will be a beautiful day for you. I know for me, I'm going to be in quite a bit of pain, but I am guaranteeing, or I am counting on all of you that have subscribed and listened to send up a prayer for me that my recovery will be expedited as well. Take care and have a beautiful day on purpose.